Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to another episode of Zombicide, the Green Horde, playing with the Barbarians, and I'm going to just say it right up front. I did a bunch of episodes back to back, and if you're watching this far into it, I kind of went off the rails on the rules with the zombies and the hedges. I read them initially and then just thought I had it down, but I don't. There's these line of sight rules with it and everything, and all I did was make it harder for myself. So I guess in the scheme of things, I was cheating against myself, which is usually the way I end up doing it. But we're going to continue on with the playthrough. I think the one thing I did actually cheat on was there was this fatty burster here, and I think I killed him with the wrong, like, underpowered weapon. It's really the only thing and I didn't correct it because we were so far into it. And I did figure out the necromancer and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm kind of apologizing for the hedge thing. I think I went a little crazy on that. I'm going to try and pay more attention as we go. I also almost missed. See, when you're playing this whole top of the map, there's no water, and you come down here and there's water, and it's just a map. The way it's shaded on the map, you kind of lose track. So I did lose a little bit of track of the water, but I caught back up with it. So I think we're okay there. I figured it. I may have actually only been able to get right here through all that exchange, but you know, it is what it is. It actually made it harder for me again. So here we are. Speaking of which, we're going to get right into it. We got a lot of problems still, actually. This has not been that easy of a scenario for us. Everybody's wounded, with the exception of Finnerton. He's the only one that's not wounded yet, and that's why I gave him the kukri to go with his great axe, so he can kill abominations that maybe if he is forced to take a point of damage so he can survive it. And that's a real problem. Anyway, we're going to continue on. I think we're going to start this time with Hilde. Now, actually, I take it back. I think, who's got born leader? Hig. I think we're actually going to start with Hig. Maybe. I think so, yeah. We're going to start with Hig. Now, Hig's still got his telekinetic blast, but they can't do anything to these fatties here. And he is right here. So I think what we're going to do is he can also equip, because of the way his character card is laid out, because of the way you can put the great axe in it, he can also equip this. So that'd be one of his 4 actions. It says once per turn, push all zombies from a target zone you can see to a zone adjacent to it that shares an open path and is 1 zone farther from the target. So we're going to equip that, then we're going to use it. That's right, we're going to use it. So he equips this repulse spell and goes whoosh. Yes, he's still got his great axe and all that good stuff, but we are actually going to push these guys back, and I have a reason for doing that. Then for his 3rd action, he's going to step here. For his 4th action, he's using telekinetic blast to pop the door open. Now, why am I doing that now? Well, because we got to get this moving, and I just broke the door. I didn't break it. I put it into pieces trying to open it. Some of these doors work really well. Some of them work This one should be fine. Of course, it's taking me a while to put it back together. Sorry about that. And yeah, it's a little challenging. Okay, tell you what, there's another door right here. I'm going to open it. Put it up. Okay, so we're going to open that door. That means I need to populate that whole thing. One of the reasons I want to do that now is because the Horde is actually defeated, right? But we're going to have to populate all these rooms with zombies. And that means it'll give me the tactical knowledge of what I'm going to need to do next. And this will be his 4th and final action, except he is giving his token away to Hilde, his extra action token. She's going to need it. So anyway, let's get out this, because this is going to be one of the final biggest spawns of the game, and we're going to start to spawn, starting with the top room there. We'll see what we get. We get 3 orc walkers and 1 into the horde. So 1, 2, and just make sure I'm grabbing walkers. 3, and then that's a walker as well. Walker goes into the horde. Okay, that's that one down. Then the second room there is going to be, oh, we're in orange, right? Are we in orange? We are. So actually, I'm going to take it back. That was not 3 orc walkers. That was 5 orc runners. And so let me get those out, because I don't think I have them, all those handy to me right now. I have a few. I'm going to have to get those out just a moment. Okay. And then the next one is going to be 3 orc fatties, which we can put into here. There's 1, 2, and then of course 1 into the horde. Yeah, there's another one right there. We're going to deplete our stock here, and then of course 1 into the horde over there. And I got the runner in there too. And then let's see, that's those 2. So let's continue on. Now we got the door, one right in front of the door. Let's see what we get there. That's going to be 5 orc walkers. That's going to be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, now we know what we need to deal with. Of course, one of those walkers goes into the horde there. And yeah, that's still true. And then in this next room here, we get an orc necromancer. Interesting. So, appearing here, I think, where is he? Where is he? Here's the orc necromancer. So he was in this room. That means we're going to put we got to get to him because he spawned that there. Also, that puts 1 runner fatty. I got to get a fatty out and another runner. Put them into the horde here. They're just piling up on us. Because, oh wait, it says, yeah, that's normal part of the activation, and he is there. Then we're going to spawn his spawn point there, which is enter the horde. Okay, well that actually is interesting, because that ends the spawn. So, a bunch of stuff appeared here with him. Not as bad as we thought it would be. And the horde entered right there, so this last room is actually empty. I'm okay with that, even though we got to get to here and get this spawn out. So that's what kind of happened in that room. That was Hig's last action. Okay, so we're good there. Let's go next to, we're going to go next to Sigrun. Okay, so Sigrun, she's right here. She's got a dwarven hammer and a bow. So she's going to, she can only fire the bow 0 to 1, right? It's not a really good bow. So she'll step here, shoot into here. Okay, so that's 1 action. So for her next action, she's going to shoot her bow. This could be devastating for us, but we'll have to see. So 1, so she has plenty of arrows, so she gets to roll it again. She got 5, so she killed 1 of the walkers. I'm just going to place it aside, or runners rather. No, those are walkers. Okay, that was her second action. For her third action, she shoots and misses. Plenty of arrows, shoots and misses. So that's her third action. For her final action, she shoots and misses, and with plenty of arrows, she hits. So she killed 2 of the walkers in that room. Just to show you what that's going to look like, we have these 2 guys gone, and that is going to put her up to 18. 1 more, she would have bumped over into her new thing and got another action, which would have been great. Now, she does have her hit and run ability, but she doesn't need to use it. She's going to stay right there. We're just trying to clear that out so that as we get mobbed, we can actually do some devastation. All right, let's see. Next up, we have, I think we'll go with Rolf. Rolf in his spiky armor. What's he going to do? Well, this is what he's going to do. He's going to go, he's got 4 actions. Yeah. 1, 2, he's going to attack these guys, and maybe he can kill 2 more of them. And then if not, actually, he doesn't need to do that. He's got Bloodlust melee. This is 1 action to get into here. So he took 1 action, because it allows him to move up to 2 spaces, I believe. I'm just going to double check that. And then charge in with his Bloodlust melee. So that would give him 3 actions in that space. That would be a lot better for us if that is true. I'm just going to double check. Bloodlust melee. Spend 1 action with a survivor to move up to 2 zones. To a zone containing at least 1 zombie. They gain 1 free melee attack. So in his first action, he charges into here. He gets a free melee attack. This is still action 1. He only gets 2 dice. He doesn't have anything giving him any other bonuses to dice. But let's see what he gets. Well, he killed 1, so I'm just going to put that aside for a moment. That was his first action. So his second action, he's going to attack again. Failed. Third action. Come on, man. Let's get this going. Okay, he got 2 in the third action. He's got 1 more action left. That took out all the zombies in there. But I don't want him to get overwhelmed. So, unfortunately, that is 1, 2, and 3. Now, if I use his 4th action, that's only a melee action. Or jump. I could give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It still wouldn't quite get in there. So I think for his 4th action, since he has cleared this room out, he's going to come back into here and start to. We're going to have a massive pile up in there, but we got a lot going on that can help us. Next up, we have And that is all of Rolf's turn. So next we have Finnerton. Finnerton has this repeating crossbow. It's 0 to 1, so he really can't shoot anybody in here. And it only does 1 damage. So what can he do that's truly effective? Let's see. He'll go... No, that's not going to help him much. Okay, I think what we'll do with him is he's going to turn around and move to here. No, take it back. He's going to move 1 to here. Now I'm paying attention to the hedge rules. I don't think we have to do that again. I'm going to double check. Actually, one of Finnerton's cheating abilities is that he has line of sight on everything. So technically, it's him stepping through a hedge. He already knows what's on the other side. He does not have to risk that. So when he steps over there, he is going to then use his repeating crossbow to shoot into this space right here. You know, he's got 3 actions. He's got 3 actions. What if... No, it'll take all his actions. He won't be able to move. That still puts him in a reasonably safe space. So he moved in there for 1. He's got 3 actions left. That's enough to fire the trebuchet. And what I'm thinking is, we can fire the trebuchet into here, because those are all runners. And I can do that with a scatter shot, which will do 6 dice into that zone and clear it out. That would be really, really helpful. I could also do that down here, but I think it's more valuable there because we're out of runner miniatures. And if we have any more runners come out, they're going to get an extra activation. I think we're going to do that, actually. So he moves into space, swivels the trebuchet around. It's going to take him 3 actions. The giant still won't get to him yet. He can't fire at the giant with the trebuchet because he's too close. It has to be at least 2 spaces away. So he can fire into there. Okay? So that's what we're going to do with 6 dice. Again, he's got line of sight like crazy because he can see everything. So he only needs 3s. Let's hope we get some decent numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he got 4 of the 6 runners that were in that space. They are gone. That is really helpful. That gives him 4 experience points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That puts him at 19, which means he gets a new ability. One of them's Reach, and the other one is Slippery. I know what Slippery does. Slippery allows us to move through zombie zones without taking any damage, but I'm looking for Reach now. That's probably a new one. Don't remember what that does. Yeah, it's not in the main book, so it's going to be in the secondary book. Let's see what Reach does under him. It's probably going to be under his stats. Reach. The survivor may perform a melee action at 0 to 1 range. Wow, so he can, I'm taking Reach. There is no question about that. He doesn't need to be slippery. He needs to kill things. So, and he's undamaged. So he can actually now, he has a range of 1 all the way around him with his melee attacks. Now, that took all of his actions, so he doesn't actually have any more actions that he can take. It's going to end his round. Okay, so that is going to be Finnerton, but that was really a useful use of the trebuchet. Probably the last time we're going to get to use it, but that's okay. He got in there and used it again very effectively. And then he can't move back yet, but that's okay because he's going to draw these 2 walkers in, and this guy's going to try and make his way to him too. We're fine. Okay, next up we have, I think we'll go with, well, these guys are gone. I don't know why I have them there. They were kaput. I think we're going to go with, we'll go with Hildy. We're going to go with Hildy next. She is down here with all this mess. Okay? Now, I think what we're going to do with that is she is going to use her combination. So 3 dice. She's got 4 attacks. She also has +1 die roll. Die to her rolls in melee. So all her dice are +1. That's really effective. Let's do that. Okay, there's her 3 dice. Now remember, she also has an extra action because we're probably going to need it. So her first action, she's going to roll. She rolls, wow, those would have all been misses except she gets +1, so this one actually is the only hit. So in her first attack she hit 1. I believe she has to take the fatty first. Okay, she does have a 2-point weapon, so she can do that. No, she doesn't. It's melee. She can take whatever she wants. She's taking a runner. For her second of 4 or possibly 5 actions, she kills 3, so all 3 now of those runners go. That puts her, I'm going to just take her experience up. 3. Okay, now she's got the 2 fatties left for her third action. This might work out really well. Third action, she gets both of them as well. They are gone. She just really took that whole space down. And then for her fourth and final action, because she needs 2, she's going to move 1 to there. And that will go back to Hig then. She successfully used the extra action from Hig to get to that space and totally wiped out the area she was in. Now, I got to be a little careful with her because she's damaged. And if she takes any hits, that could be bad for us. But we're controlling the battlefield pretty well. And that is going to be the end of her turn. The only one we have left to go is Brannog. Now, I've been debating on whether Brannog charges into this mess or helps the rest of his friends fight off the majority of the beasts. But two of our objectives are down here. So I'm thinking he is going to go... Now, it only takes 1 to move into a space. We have runners here, though, don't we? We do. Okay. I'm not sure what to do there yet with that. I think what we'll do is we will... he doesn't have any ranged attacks. He does have that shield, but remember, he is hurt. I'm a little worried about him, actually. He is actually not well. He does have an axe on hand that's not helpful. His dwarven hammer is better. Short sword's useless. The shield gauntlet is great. That's +1 die to combat equipped melee weapon, so he can add it to his dwarven hammer. I believe now he can't get the extra die because they're not dual wield weapons. But if he moves there, he's going to be stuck there and he's going to get attacked. I think so. I can't really do that with him. Can't really do that. That's kind of rough. I think. Well, we got 4 actions. I want her to be able to get to here, so I want him to draw them off. I think what he'll do is he's just going to... He's got line of sight. It doesn't really matter. He's got line of sight, except for these guys. They don't have line of sight on him. They have line of sight on her, so they're going to move that direction. That's okay, too. I hate to say I think he's going to just skip his turn, but I think he's going to skip his turn. I think he wants to stay there and draw those guys in from here and have them come toward him so that she can get to here and open this door. Because she's going to have to fight something off there too and get that objective. So I think that's what we're going to do. Brannog is sitting there just going, we'll just rattle. He's going to rattle for several actions, just scream and yell and draw as much attention to himself as he can there. Okay? That's what he does. Alright, trying to draw these guys away from Hild, who's trying to get to that space. But that is going to be the end of the player's turn, and now we're going to get on to activations. We've got a lot of activations going on, so bear with me. Let's get started. I think we'll get started right here. These walkers all see their... Well, are they equal distance? 1, 2... They are. So 2, 2. Okay. Now, this one, he's just going to move here. These ones are going to move... These 2 runners will move here, and then split to there, and then he will move here, and that's how that's going to look. That's kind of helpful. Alright, now let's go up north. We'll start with this pile. These 3 are going to move to here, as is this swamp lurker, and these 2 orcs. These runners are going to 1 and 2 into there. Okay. Then we have these 2 guys are going to move into the space with Finnerton. The giant will move there. That would be the most obvious position. And then we got all this movement in here. All these guys are going to move to here, along with these guys. Actually, they're all going to end up piled into this room. They've all charged into the middle. Okay, that is the end of the activations. Now, why did these ones were over here, but they were all runners. That's why they all made it into that space. So everything's in that space. I wish I had a way to kill all of them at one shot. That would be amazing. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to see some absolute devastation from Finnerton next turn. Just devastation. He's going to go to town with his reach now. He's got that great axe and the kukri. He can take out anything. So we're going to see some pretty crazy stuff from him. Now, let's go to our spawns. We got a lot of spawning to do. We'll start up north as usual. And remember that last big bunch of spawns I did were for the rooms, not for these zones. So what do we get? The Vault Warden comes back, huh? Alright, well, we can do that. Here's the Vault Warden. He comes back out up here. Not going to complain. But that's it for him. Next up we have... I don't think I have more than one, so he's going to activate. I have an Orc Necromancer. I don't think I have more than one mini for one. So this one will activate. Well, that's bad for him, actually. Why would he want to do that? If all Necromancers gain one extra activation. So, I mean, he would move into here. That's going to kill him. Would he do that, or would he try and run a... I mean, that's the only way he can go. That doesn't seem like that would make sense. I think he would not want to run in there and die. But that's what the rules say. So he's kind of stupid because he's trying to make it for an exit. So he runs in there. That's what he's going to do. I'm going to just look that up. I'm pretty sure that he will do that. Oh, if there are no survivors during the attack. Okay, so no, he's not going to stupidly run into there, but also that means that nothing else happens, and that was the spawn for over there. Okay, next we'll do the Necromancer spawn in the building. Oh, another Necromancer comes out. Well, that's not good. The Savara, Queen Savara, we're going to get her out, and then that creates another, crazily enough, another spawn point for us. Let me find a Necromancer spawn point. We're getting out of control. There's one. There's one. So that goes right here. So there are now 2 spawn points in there. Plus, she comes with, she puts a runner, fatty, and a walker into the Horde, as well as spawns something else. All Orc runners. Oh my god. Oh, that is absolutely awful for us, guys. All Orc runners just activated there. So she didn't get any extra figures, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Just to make sure, yeah, 5 Orc runners just run into there and all have another activation. This is bad. Does anybody have armor? Yeah, Rolf is going to have to try and take these hits, guys. And the cool part is he'll kill one with each hit he takes. Nobody else has any armor there. That's terrible. Not Hig, yeah, that is awful, guys. We're going to have to spread this out and see if we can take the damage. Okay, well, they're going to each get to do that. But before we do that, let's just finish the runner's movements, because we also have this guy here and this guy here, which are also going to attack Brannog and her, which is not good. And then these 2 guys, oh my god, I just realized it. These 2 guys are going to get 1 extra activation to there too. I think it says all runners 1 extra activation, so they are going to get the full movement. I'm going to leave them here right now because they're not going to get to attack, so I'm going to have to move them into the space, but all the other ones are going to get to attack. And that's it. That's it for the spawns, but, well, no, did I spawn here? I don't think I did. Let me see. What do I get? Yeah, I didn't. 4 Orc Walkers were down here. 2, 3, 4, and then 1 in the Horde. Okay, and then now we're done with that. Now we got a problem. Let's just start with Hildy. Hildy's down here with 1 Orc runner. She does have her North Shield, which is a 4+. Let's go roll that, see if she can defend herself. Yeah, it's events like this that can change the game for you. Let's see what she gets. A 5. She's fine. She did not take that damage. But now we have to go with Brannog. Now he does have this Shield Gauntlet, which gives him 4+ armor. Plus, don't forget, he's got the Ironhide ability. He just needs a 3. He succeeds. Okay. Wow, they survived that, but only by the hair. There's chinny chin chins. Okay, now though, we got a real problem. For this, I'm just going to bring Rolf's card over. He does have a point of damage. He can afford to take 1 more, but he does have his spiked shield, or spiked armor on. So, we're going to see if he can, he's got it. So the first one of, I'm just going to put him with the ones that I'm moving in there afterwards. So I'm going to take the first runner. Let's see if he gets it. A 6 he does, which by the way kills that walker and he gets experience, or that runner. So the runner attacks him, impales himself on the shield. That means that Rolf gets an experience point for that. Okay, now we're going to go again. The next one is going to attack him again. We're going to have it go on him. A 5, that also succeeds. That kills another of the runners. Maybe pull this off. Okay, he can take 1 hit. So once he takes another hit, we're in trouble. We're going to have to spread the wealth, I think. We can't take the chance. Okay, his third one, there's three more runners in that space with him that can attack. The next one, a 5 again. That is brilliant. He killed another runner on his armor. They just keep impaling themselves on his armor. He's covered in goo. It's really nasty. There's 2 left. Okay, one more. A 5 again. Oh my God, man. Rolf is saving the day here. I'm glad we get to make these decisions. I still got to put Queen Savara out, by the way. And she has that ranged attack too, but she's not in a place where she can do the ranged attack. Anyway, that puts him at 16. That's awesome. He's still fine. And we got one more left. One more runner in there left. Let's see what we get. A 2. So he failed on the last one, which means that Rolf takes a 2nd point of damage. But, man, was that effective. Okay, let me get the Necromancer figure out that I need and put it on the table. Just want to make sure we're clear that she is here, because we have 2 Necromancers out now. She's got a ranged attack, so we've got to be a little careful of her. Once I clear this out, someone could step in and shoot her, and we'll get both of those spaces. Now, now I'm going to take these 2 guys and put them back in there where they belong. And this one is still alive. Now, it says, his armor says, all zombies attacking him. So this one still died. It just did damage. So he got 17 points of experience total, almost in the orange. And there are just the 2 runners there. He absolutely devastated the runners that came running to the zone, and he just bellowed, charged in. They all jumped on his spiked up armor and just took themselves out. That was awesome. Okay, guys, I believe that's it. That's it for the round. That was the round. It was a big round too. Wow. We're going to do one more and see if we can clear this out, and then we'll call this episode a day. Yeah, that was a pretty hefty round. So we're going to clear all these noise tokens off from Brannog. And we're going to get started. And we are going to get started with... this is tough. I got to clear out the 2 guys that are in this space. And I got to clear all those guys out. So what's the best solution here? Well, I think the best solution is to go with our guy... Finnerton. So for his first action, he doesn't want to take any damage. Remember, I didn't take Slippery, I took Reach. He doesn't want to take any damage, so he's going to attack with his Great Axe. Takes a 4 and needs a 5+, but it does 2 damage. Or actually, he's going to attack with his... He's going to attack those guys with his repeating crossbow. They're just two walkers. So he's going to attack them with his repeating crossbow, gives him 3 dice. He himself is not friendly fire. So actually, he got... None of them in that first attack. Well, that was really a waste. Second action, maybe this was a mistake. Second action, he got 1 of them. Third action, got to kill him. He gets the second one finally, so I'm going to put him up 2 experience points. He's at 21 now, so that's not really going. It's not going to help him. And then for his final action, he is going to... This is not the way I had planned this, guys. This is not good. He's going to take his melee attack against the giant with his 3-point weapon, his axe, with the kukri. So now that gives him an extra die. Maybe I should have been using the axe. That doesn't matter. 3 dice. Oh, the great axe is 4 dice. Man, I should have been using the great axe the whole time. Oh well. And the kukri gives +1 damage to his melee weapon. So he gets to roll 4 dice on that, and he's got a +1, so he does 3 points of damage, enough to kill the undead giant that's with him, or rather next to him. Remember, he gets that. He has the ability of reach, so he can swipe into the adjacent area. Let's see if he can do it. Oh man, I was worried, but he did. So he killed the giant. The undead giant is kaput, and that gives him 5 experience. So Finnerton now is up to 26 experience, but again, way off from having anything else help him, and that means the zombie giant goes away. That is good for Finnerton. I guess that was really the best thing that could have happened. I was hoping to have him move out and attack all the fatties and the other abomination. He won't even have to move to do that next turn, so that's okay. And he probably could have taken these guys out too. I think we're going to go with Brannog next. Oh man. Yeah, let's go with Brannog next. He is going to attack this one. He has got, remember, he's got his Dwarven Warhammer, which is 2 dice, but he gets to add +1 die to another equipped melee weapon with the Shield Gauntlet. So 3 dice. He needs a 4+ to hit to kill that one guy. Well, I've been rolling. Who knows? Well, he did. Okay. So he killed the one runner that was with him there. That's going to give him, he's up to 27 experience points. That was his first action. For his second action, he's moving into here. He's going to do the same thing. Let me show you where he's moving. Okay. He's moving into here, and he's going to attack them there. All right, let's do this. Make it happen. Okay, he got both of them in that one shot. And that was his second of 4 actions. That puts him up to, let me see, 27, 28, 29 experience points. Now, I'm not too worried about runners, so for his third action, he can jump down in here, but that's going to end it. He won't be able to move any farther. These walkers are going to pile on him, and he's going to attack this fatty and walker here with 3 dice again. Desperately trying to help his companion, Hildy, get to these other last few remaining items. He got both of them. He killed both the fatty and the walker that were with him. That puts him up to 33 experience points. Wow. Here's the state of the board with him. He's right here. He's taken all 4 of his actions. And he can't move any further because he's in the water zone. So he is going to try and clear... She's going to try and get in here. We're going to keep moving this way as slowly as possible. He's just really going to be the buffer against this zone until somebody from up there can come down. Which hopefully will be sooner than later, though we got a lot to clear out there still. And an objective still to take. So, okay, let's move on. We got to kill some necromancers too. But we're down here with Hildy. Let's take her turn. She's going to swing there. Now remember, she currently has 4 actions as well, if I'm not mistaken. And she gets +1 to all her melee dice. So she is going to use her North Sword, 3 dice, to kill that runner. 3 dice. She did, barely. She did get him. That's the runner down. That puts her at, let's see, that puts her at 29 experience points. Then, second and third action will be to go there. Fourth action will be to try to open this door up for her. So she needs a, let's see, with her Norse sword, she needs a 4. Okay, come on. A 4, perfect. She opens that door, which means we pop the door open. It is open now, and we spawn something. What's it going to be? It's going to be just 1 orc fatty, and then 1 orc fatty in the horde. That's not bad. So there's 1 orc fatty in there, and then I put 1 in the horde. That's on orange. Nice. A reprieve. A reprieve. That's all. She kicks open the door and goes, there's expecting a horde to come barreling out of there and does not get it. Okay, that is going to be her turn. I don't know, that might have left Brannog really vulnerable. Because now these guys are out of, I guess they're still line of sight of her, I don't know. But they're not equal distance, so they're all going to run toward Brannog at this point. That could have been very, very bad. We'll see in the next episode, because we're not going to continue this turn, rather. Okay, I think next up we'd need Hig. Oh, no, not Hig. We're going to go with Sigrun. She's going to attack twice here. She's going to use the Dwarven Hammer, which is 2 dice, needs a 4+. And that's what she gets. So let's try that. Okay, Sigrun, she only needs to kill 2 guys. Let's see if she can do it. No, that's 1 action down. Okay, second action. She got both of them in the second action. Okay, so these 2 guys that were in her space are gone. They were runners. And that gives her 2 more experience points. Which actually, I'm going to bring her character card over because that changes something for her. She now goes up to 20, which means she has a choice of 2 new abilities. One is +1 free melee action, which is pretty good. But we're going to take a look at charge because that might be more useful in this scenario. We'll see. I'm not sure. Let's see. Charge. Charge. The survivor can use the skill for free as often as they please during each of their turns. They may move up to 2 zones to a zone containing at least 1 zombie. Normal movement travel applies. Entering a zone containing zombies still ends the survivor's movement. That's not going to help. I think we're going to go with +1 free melee action because that took her 2 actions. So she's got technically 2 more. But with a free melee action, it gives her 3. So she's going to go there. She'll move into the space. That gives her 2 actions in this space to attack. So she's going to do that. She also has her hit and run ability. That's not going to help her here at all. So again, she's got 2 dice with the Dwarven Hammer. She needs a 4 better, but she can kill anything in the zone. She fails with her 3rd action. Come on, kill something. 4th action gets 1. So we'll take out one of the fatties that are in the space. Take it back. We don't have to prioritize. We're taking out the Necromancer. He is gone. And that takes out one of these spawn points. She charged in, kept swiping at him. Miss, killed the Necromancer. Okay. Now that was her turn. Now that space is clear, Hig is going. We're going to leave Finnerton to try and deal with this. Hig is going to move into the space now. Now remember, he's got his bonus. He's giving his bonus action to Rolf. Not to Rolf, to Brannog actually. So Brannog's going to get to take one more action. I can tell you what. It's not going to matter. Not going to matter. I take it back. He's going to give it to Rolf, I guess, because then Rolf can come in and just slay things. There now, Rolf does not have. Oh, Rolf does not have a 2-point weapon, does he? He does not. So that kind of changed. That's a bit of a game changer right there. But it's okay. Hig's in that space with himself right now. He moved 1, so he's got 3 more actions left. And remember, that bonus die applies to himself too. So he's got his Great Axe, which is 4 dice, needs a 5+, but he gets to roll 5 dice, does 2 points of damage. So Hig moved in for 1. He's going to roll 5 dice for a second action. Killed not only 2, but 4 creatures. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 fatties and a 4th fatty. The reason I'm doing that is because if I get rid of the fatties with the 2-point weapon, then Rolf actually can be effective. So that's 4 critters right there. That's going to put him up from 26 to 30 experience points. For his next action, he's going to do that again. This is his 3rd action. Bam! Killed everything left in there, actually. There's no more monsters. He totally wiped him out. Totally wiped him out. I do believe he's going to leave the token. Yeah, so here's what he's going to do next. That was his 3rd action, right? And that was really good. That puts him up 3 more experience points. 1, 2, 3. He's at 33. And we cleared that out. Now, he does have 1 action left. I do think he gave his extra action to Rolf. He's 2 has 1 action. I just don't know if he wants to pick anything up. I think we're going to win this, but I don't know. We're tight. We got some characters that are in some probable trouble. I think he will. I don't want him to pick up the objective, and I think in the way this is designed, you have to pick up the objective before you pick up the Dragon Ball, because that's why you lay them on top of each other that way. Maybe not. Maybe that's not true. But I think what I'll do with him, since this is mostly clear, is he's just going to move out and prepare to come down and help here, since the Giant's going to have to take that whole spot out. All right, that's going to end Hig's turn. Now, I could have done the telekinetic blast, but it's just got such a low chance to hit. Maybe that was more worth it. I think it is. I think he's going to give it a go. It's just a 4 or better, but he's going to give it a try. Actually, it's 2 dice because of his special ability. I kept forgetting that with telekinetic blast. It's not just melee attacks. It's all attacks. Let's see if we can roll a 4. We rolled a 6. That kills the other necromancer. What's her name? Queen Severa. Yeah, she is dead now too. Fantastic. And that puts Hig up to 34. So there's no more spawn points in there. Her spawn point went away. We cleared that building out with grim efficiency. Now here's what we're going to do with Rolf. For his first action, he will move into here. For his second action, he's going to pick up this objective token, which we need for the alchemical components. What that does for him, now remember, he's got an extra action. He's got a total of 5 actions this turn. That is also then going to put him up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, giving him a new ability, +1 free melee action or jump. I don't quite remember what jump does. We'll take a look, see if that's worth it. Probably allows him to jump over things, I imagine. But let's just see. Jump, jump, jump. Jump. The survivor can use this skill once during each of their turns. The survivor can spend 1 action to move 2 zones into a zone of which they have line of sight. Movement-related skills +1 moves are ignored. But movement penalties like having zombies in starting zones still apply. Okay, so I think we'll take +1 free melee action, which will help him later. Okay. And then his second action. His third action is going to pop this up and take the Dragon Ball. Even though he can't use it, it's one of our objectives, so it's gone now. We don't have to worry about it. That was his... so actually he charged in there for 1 and did a melee attack. That's actually in 1 action when he did that. Only there was nothing to fight, so that's not true. So he went 1, picked up the objective, picked up the Dragon Ball. That's 3, 4, and then 5. He's heading that way. I'm going to go down and try and help as quickly as he can there. Jump might have been helpful there. He could have jumped 2 spaces to Brannog, but I'm not too worried about that because he's also got his Bloodlust melee. He can charge in and attack on the next round. But that ends all of the player actions for this round. We got these 2 objectives down here to clear out to win. I think we're going to do it, and I hope I haven't cheated too much. I've really tried not to, but there's a lot going on, and I may have missed a thing or two. I'm sure you'll tell me. I know I went crazy on the hedge rules, but we've solved that. All right, activations. Okay, here we go. Way up here, the warden will just move there. All of these guys are going to move here. They have line of sight on the people in the doorway there, so they're just going to move that way. Then down here, Fatty will move into here. These 2 guys will move here. All these walkers will move here. That seems like the right thing to do. They're not going to get to attack. They just get to move in. So hopefully Brannog can finish them off. But we do have activations to go, or spawns to go, so let's start doing that. Way up at the top, what do we get? The Swamp Lurker. Oh, Swamp Lurker gets to activate. Well, he has line of sight on him, so he's going to move into the space with Finnerton. He does not get to attack, though, but that still sucks. The Swamp Lurker did that. Okay, and then next up we have this spawn point over here. What do we get there? 5 Orc Runners. Luckily we have them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 into the Horde. There we go. That solves that one. Then we got the last spawn point right here, which is the one that we're most concerned about, and it's a Fatty Burster. That's not good. Okay, man, we got to try and take him out before he gets to us. That could be bad. And we got the only 2-point weapon we have is a melee weapon. Ouch. Well, I don't think that's the. I got to check on him. I think I'm going to read up on the Fatty Burster just to make sure I have his stuff right. Let's take a look at him. Fatty Burster. He's going to be something ugly, I know. There we go. Fatty Burster. Fatty Bursters. Okay. Fatty Bursters don't attack. Instead, they explode whenever a survivor stands in their zone or ends their move action in their zone. Fatty Bursters are exploded upon being eliminated by a survivor's combat or siege action. Okay, so maybe Finnerton can actually shoot at that thing before it comes into the zone with us. Otherwise, I believe Brannog might be dead. If that's the case. That was probably not the best thing that could have come out there for us. But it is what it is. And that's going to end this episode, guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Blazing through some Zombicide Green Horde. Apologies for the mistakes on the hedges and that. But there's a lot to keep track of. So anyway, guys, thanks. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Maybe the last. Maybe not. We'll see.